feel like it's not really gonna matter, this particular video, because I feel like everyone and their mom is gonna post one as well. But I wanted to give my take on it. So if you're interested, thanks for watching. If you're not, I guess you wouldn't have clicked on it. I was diagnosed with anorexia nervosa at the age of 15. I'm currently 21. It started before that, but that's when I got diagnosed. And I watched To the Bone today. I was very excited. Project Heal backs it, and I very much support what Project Heal's mission is, and I was very, very excited for this, because in the promo, it was like this girl who's just like tried everything and been at the end of her leash and doesn't know what to do. And that's really how I feel a lot right now. And so I was really excited to watch it, and I did. I watched it alone, which I don't necessarily think is the best idea. But it was really good for me, because I'm really bad at, like, being able to have those, like, true emotions in front of other people. So for me, it was really helpful, but I don't, like, support that idea necessarily for everyone to their own. I thought it was incredible. I thought the story that it portrayed was incredible. And there were so many moments where I was actually laying down, but where I was just, like, sitting, staring at my laptop, and I was like, that's what's happening in my head. Like, that's how I feel. My friend watched it, and she was like, it's such a lonely existence. And I was like, yeah, it is. But, like, when she faints and everyone's like, oh, you just need food, like, you need to eat something. And she's like, no, I just stood up too fast. And I'm like, that happened, like, the other day to me. Like, I fainted, and I was like, everyone's like, do this and do this and do this. I'm like, calm down. Like, but the part I really related to the most was when she's standing there with Keanu Reeves, who plays the therapist, and she realizes that, like, she says that, like, she knows the world can be beautiful, and that the world's a beautiful place, and, like, I feel that too. Like, I know the world's beautiful, and I know that, like, God created a beautiful world, and that there's beauty in the world, and there's beauty in people, and there's beauty in life. And he's like, so just stop. And she's like, I can't. And that's how I feel. Like, right now. And a lot whenever I relapse. And, like I see the beauty, and I see the destruction that I'm causing, and I see it, and I feel it. I just can't. And he's like, that's bullshit. Which, like, in some ways it is. It's complete bullshit. In some ways, like, of course I could stop it. But there's moments where I'm like, wow, I'm really not in control of this. Because there is, like, that little voice that they talk about that he's like, tell it to fuck off. And I'm like, that's genius. Like, no one's ever told me that. They're like, well, just, like, counteract it with, like, mindful things or, like, whatever. And I'm just like, okay. But, like, that was a really good moment for me. And also, like, they talk about the fact that, like, treatment never lets you hit bottom. And that for the character Ellen, played by Lily Collins, hitting bottom was really, really important. And not just hitting bottom, but, like, hitting a bottom that, like, she felt was her bottom. And she goes to Arizona, and we, like, have the whole scene where she's, like, laying there, and she's, like, half dead, half not, half alive. Like, her body's physically giving out, and that's her bottom. Like, she wakes up and she's like, I need help. And we see her, like, go back, and we see her, like, walk herself into treatment. And that was a really, really powerful moment for me, where it was like, I've been saying for years to people, like, let me hit my bottom. I have to hit my own And for everyone, it's different. And I'm not saying that that's safe. I'm not saying that that's smart. But I'm saying that for me, To the Bone was really, really, really helpful and really, really gave me a feeling of like someone else understands what's going through my head. Because lately I've just felt like no one understands what's going through my head. So it was really, really nice to have an hour and 40 minutes of just like, yes. And I went through a similar thing, not with someone actually not with someone actually dying, but I went through a very similar thing when I got first diagnosed where, like, my friend's parents blamed me for their kids' eating disorders, like, yeah, and that, like, hit me so hard. I was like, yeah, it sucks when someone's like, you are the cause of my child's demise, and, like, I've never seen that portrayed anywhere. I think that they did a great job in this movie. I think that there's a reason that there's a trigger warning on it, because obviously there are things that, like, you might not want to see. There are things that, like, people acting on behaviors that might bother other people. Like, obviously Lily Collins lost weight for the role. It's been, like, highly controversial. But I can honestly say that for me, like, this was a really helpful movie, especially because I'm coming to, like, the realization that, like, I'm hitting a bottom. I don't know. I just think there's a lot of, like, really negative reviews out there of it. And as someone who is struggling, as someone who has struggled, as someone who has friends who struggle, I think this was a very well done movie, and I'm very, very glad that I watched it, and I'll probably watch it again with someone with me this time. But like other people have said, eating disorders are not one size fits all. They don't all look like Ellen. And we see that in the movie. They show it in the house, that, like, they don't all look the same. They don't all struggle with the same things. It's obviously not highlighted because they're not the main characters, but I think they did a really amazing, amazing, amazing job. And I'm really, really happy that this movie was made. If you have any questions about me or my history or anything, feel free to comment, or don't. I don't know. I feel awkward now, but yeah. I think it was done amazingly, amazingly well. And I felt for once that I was seeing myself on screen. So thank you to everyone involved in making the movie and involved in putting it out, and Netflix and everyone. Thanks to you for watching.